Let's go to the Chiefs at the Raiders, where the Chiefs survive a back-and-forth road division battle and defeat the Raiders 40-33 in the Oakland Coliseum. Mahomes throws for 295 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mahomes joins Tom Brady and Peyton Manning as the only quarterbacks to throw 40 touchdowns through 12 games. Mahomes after the game, quote, the mindset of this team is whenever you get your opportunity, you make the most of it, end quote. Stoyo, Mahomes is on pace for he could tie or break Peyton Manning's record for touchdowns in a season in his first year starting. How impressed are you by him?
Very impressed. It is pretty ridiculous. When Peyton Manning did this record, he was a veteran already, and he already had like his audibles set, and he did this way into his career.
Yeah.
For Mahomes being able to do this so quickly says a lot about him, but also says a lot about the system he's in, the coaching, and also the fellow weapons that he has. It's incredible, and yeah, he's a future bright star. Not even future, he's a bright star right now. And yeah, the Chiefs are a top team, and they're gonna be a top team for the next few years. They were competitive with Alex Smith. Now imagine how competitive they are with this new kind of weapon. Some of the throws that Patrick Mahomes is doing is just something I've never seen before. I've seen him throw left-handed, right-handed, side passes, shuffle passes. I don't know how he does it. I mean, his father played baseball, and he grew up playing baseball as well, so that may have helped. But what he's doing is unbelievable, and I hope he's going to continue to do that. And I hope he stays healthy because he's a small guy out there.
Yeah, and I think that is a good point, the baseball stuff with arm angles and making different throws on the move and stuff like that, but it's still got to be crazy going from a baseball to a big football and still being able to throw from those angles. It's crazy that he can do what he can do and put the ball with accuracy. Gavin, do you think that this touchdown record could get into Mahomes' head a little bit and he could end up forcing some throws as we end the season here? Or do you think Mahomes is just nothing to worry about and he's killing it? Do you think that could enter his mindset at all?
I mean, it's always possible, but I don't think that it will.
Yeah.
We've seen him play with some real maturity over the course of this year. You know, he throws a bad interception, and he comes back out and goes on a scoring drive. So I don't think that he's fazed by some of the extracurriculars that are often talked about, in the media, or things that some other young quarterbacks deal with, as when they're playing in their first season. So it might be something that he's concerned about, but frankly, he probably shouldn't be concerned about it, because if he just keeps playing how he's playing, and doesn't try and change or force anything, he's probably going to get it anyways. So
yeah, exactly.
It's nothing to really stress about.
Yeah. He just needs to keep all the distractions out of his head. If he's as mature as, it looks so far, then he's got no problems. Speaking of Kansas City and the weapons around Mahomes, Kareem Hunt is seen on TMZ video hitting and kicking and shoving a woman on video. It's not a good look. It made its rounds around the NFL, and just like that, Kareem Hunt got cut by the Chiefs. He's now a free agent. Gavin, how big of a factor do you think it is for the Chiefs to lose Kareem Hunt here late in the year?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big loss for the Chiefs, talent wise.
Yeah.
They do have a respectable backup in Spencer Ware. He's been with the team there for a while. Dealt with some injuries last year, so I don't think he played at all. But there's a reason that Kareem Hunt was starting.
Yeah.
I think he led the league in rushing last year,
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. And it's ironic to hear me say this, because I've said a few times that running backs are dime a dozen. Running backs like Kareem Hunt are not dime a dozen. So they're fortunate to have a good backup in Spencer Ware, and to have Mahomes playing at the level. If you have a guy chasing the passing touchdown record, You probably don't need a 5-star running back, but this is a big loss for the team. He's an integral part of their offense, especially during the middle of the season. He was a little slow to start, but definitely a big loss. But it doesn't diminish my feelings on how the team is going to progress this offseason. Whether it's Hunt or Ware there, I think that their chances have probably dropped a little bit, but nothing significant.
Yeah, and I would say kudos to the Chiefs organization by, just moving on. I mean, it's got to be a tough move. This isn't Ray Rice, who is, decreasing and not, decreasing his yards per carry every year and not that good of a running back anymore. This is a star running back, a rare talent, entering the prime of his career. So a huge loss for the Chiefs, and I agree that this might not hurt them, week 16, week 17, but losing Kareem Hunt could hurt them in Foxborough in the AFC Championship or something like that. Stoyo, how big of a loss do you think it is losing Kareem Hunt, that caliber running back like that?
For me, it's a huge loss, but first of all, I want to say that what he did is not okay. You just cannot have that. I don't care if you're pushing a man or a woman, but if someone is on the ground, I don't care what gender, sex, religion, blah, 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 you cannot kick someone. It's just, you can have that happen, and he had to be released. I'm glad the Chiefs have done it. I am happy that he went through waivers and no one claimed him, which was not the case for, what's his name?
Reuben Foster.
Reuben Foster, yeah. So, and also, I did a little bit of research, and I wanted to compare Kareem Hunt's first 27 games, which is how many games he's played thus far in his career, with some other great running backs, like LaDainian Tomlinson, Marshall Falk, and Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
So, after 27 games, Le'Veon Bell had 3,304 rushing yards from scrimmage. Tomlinson had 3,060. Marshall Falk has 2,990, and Kareem Hunt had 2,984.
Wow.
Average yard per touch. Tomlinson 4.4. Marshall Falk 4.9. Le'Veon Bell 5.3. Kareem Hunt 5.6.
Wow.
Touchdowns. Bell 18, Tomlinson 20, Falk 23, Hunt 25. So those are some huge name in league history, and to just have your career potentially come to a stop by being an idiot is just sad, really. And for me, I don't know if he's gonna get another chance, but this is a huge loss for Kansas City, and in the playoffs is exactly when they would have needed him the most. And I don't think he's replaceable right now, and it's very difficult to lose one of your biggest weapons on something that happened off the field.
Yeah, and I hope, you can't do it, you can't have it, and part of the problem is Kareem Hunt lied to the organization. And I feel like once they lost trust in Kareem Hunt, they're definitely moving on from him. I do expect Kareem Hunt to be back in the league. Let's not forget, this is the NFL. He is a extreme talent. He cleared waivers, but I expect someone to pick him up next season. We'll see if that happens. But regardless, none of that excuses his actions, and it's good that he's out of the league right now because he's got to learn from that. But no doubt this will affect the Chiefs going forward. Tight end Travis Kelce catches 12 for 168 yards, eclipsing the 1,000-yard mark for the third straight season. The Raiders lose 3 fumbles in the game and reach double-digit losses for the 12th time in 16 seasons. And the Raiders sign running back C.J. Anderson. The Chiefs will look to win again in Week 14 against the Baltimore Ravens in Arrowhead. Let's go to the Vikings at the Patriots.
Real quick, Travis Kelce and Greg Olsen are the only tight ends to ever eclipse 1,000 yards in 3 consecutive seasons.
Wow.
And I want to further point out that none of those Greg Olson seasons were when he played for the shitty Chicago Bears.
Thank
you. Just wanted to make sure everyone was clear on that.
I just want to point out that the guy that traded him was the head coach of the Lions at some point as well. So.
Who was that?
Mike Martz.
Oh, nice. Let's go to the Vikings at the Patriots, where the Patriots take care of the Vikings in Foxborough, 24-10. It's December, and the Patriots win again. Belichick improves to 65-13 in December, all-time, as a head coach, and Brady improves to 59-11 in December, all-time, as a quarterback. Both are NFL records for wins in December. This is a far cry from the Browns stats that we were saying earlier.
We get it, Patriots. You guys like to win.
Gavin, the Patriots take care of the Vikings, and it really wasn't that close. The Patriots just seem to be hitting on all their strides come December once again. They're going to be a tough out for anybody in the AFC, in the NFL.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Belichick has a fantastic struggling to come up with a simple word now. He's 65-13 in the month of December.
Yeah.
Since 2000. So that's obviously a fantastic record. That's the word I want. Oh man. But some other interesting notes: that Tom Brady is now 12-4 versus top 5 pass defenses in the last 5 seasons. So say what you know about Tommy touchdown, but he beats good pass defenses more often than not. And on the converse, Kirk Cousins is 0-5-1 in games where he has to pass for more than 41 times in a game.
Wow.
And he's 6-0 where he doesn't have to pass that often. So I think that their head coach has some knowledge in why they should run the ball a little bit more. But I'm sure we're going to cover that in a second.
Yeah.
Another interesting note is that the Patriots are the only team in the NFL to have beaten teams with 8+ wins this season, beating the Texans, the Chiefs, and the Chicago Bears this season. So that really stood out to me, because I think a lot of people are not counting out the Patriots, because you never can, but kind of dismissing them because they got to get past the Chiefs, the Rams and the Saints and all that. But if you look at when they play these big teams, they win those games.
They do.
So it makes me wonder if these losses to some of the lower tier teams, like
the Lions.
I was gonna get to them.
You said lower tier. I had to make sure.
I was gonna bring them up, but they lost to the Jaguars away. They lost to the Lions away, and they lost to the Titans away. But if they can get the path to the Super Bowl to be through Foxborough, they've shown that they can beat good teams in New England. So I hate to say it, but I just think people are sleeping on the Patriots a little bit this year.
I agree completely. The Patriots. Good luck to any team that wants to beat the Patriots in January. That's all I've got to say. Or February.
In Foxborough.
Even on the road. You're talking about Belichick and Brady.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They never play on the road in the playoffs.
Still, I don't want to play them. I'd rather play any other team. You see a team like the Steelers, and they go up against, everyone's riding the Steelers nuts. They go play the Chargers at home and can't beat them. Everyone's riding the...
They already said the Patriots were fading, and somehow, look in December, they're 9-3.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's getting annoying at some point.
I picked the Patriots in the Super Bowl, so I'm not too worried about it. I feel like they're... Although, go Texans. All right.
There's reality and there's the dream world.
Wide receiver Adam Thielen for the Vikings gets into a confrontation with head coach Bill Belichick over a spot challenge. I believe Belichick was reading his lips. It looked like he said "shut the fuck up" to Adam Thielen, who was complaining. What do you think on that, Gavin? Thielen going at Belichick a little bit. It was kind of funny to see, though.
Yeah, Thielen's definitely earned some respect over the last few seasons in the NFL, but to to be barking at the opposing team's head coach, Bill Belichick of all people, I mean, you do you, man. But I'm not gonna touch the Dark Lord like that.
Yeah, if I was Thielen, I'd be careful. I mean, Thielen is a white wide receiver. You might never know when Belichick's going to be your coach.
I was going to say that. I mean, he gained a lot of respect for him, I'm sure. He's probably the one person in the NFL that would talk back to Belichick. So don't be surprised if he signs.
A wide receiver. Like, he only picks up middling white wide receivers.
Yeah. Tom Brady reaches a milestone. He's rushed for 1,000 career yards. So he's ready to just ride off into the sunset now.
Only 266 games to get there.
Maybe he just should have been a running back. He's really smooth out there. I love his form when he's running.
He averages almost 4 yards per game.
Wow. Brady and Cedric Benson with things in common. Alright, let's go to the Vikings tensions in-house between head coach Mike Zimmer and offensive coordinator John DeFilippo. Zimmer thinks they're not running the ball enough, trying to do that DeFilippo is trying to do flashing plays and show everyone that he's a genius OC like McVay or Nagy so that he can get a good head coaching job next year. But Mike Zimmer's not about it, says they need to run the ball more, which to that point, Gavin just brought up some stats to prove that with Kirk Cousins, they should be running the ball more. They got guys like Dalvin Cook and Latavius Murray. So I'm with it. Run the ball more, Minnesota. Stoyo, what do you think? Do you think that there's issues in the Vikings house? And DeFilippo's probably gone after this year anyways.
Absolutely. DeFilippo is just trying to get his name out there. He was the QB coach of the Philadelphia Eagles last season when they won the Super Bowl, and I know he was interviewed for a few head coaching gigs. Definitely, I don't think he wants to stay in Minnesota too much longer. He just wants to get the head coaching gig. And, yeah, I think you should be a team first, but I definitely think that John DeFilippo is looking out for his own agenda here.
Yeah. What do you think, Gavin?
I know that's what I've heard, but that seems like I don't feel like he has the resume to be able to do that this early. I know he was the QB coach for the Eagles last year and the year before, but before that he was like the OC for the Browns, which. That wasn't great, and I'm pretty sure the offensive coordinator for the Eagles got more of the respect from the NFL front office community than the quarterback coach did. So I feel like if he really was trying to get a head coaching job, his best interest would be to come into Minnesota where you have talented people and have a really talented offense, and not just try and be flashy and show that he's creative. And I'm not having fine scotches with any of the front office people, so maybe I'm not linked into their way of thinking. But to me, if you can't run a good offense, even if you have some creativity, if it's not producing, I don't want you on as my head coach. Yeah. So I feel like it's in his best interest to run whatever's best for the team that he has.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we saw with McVay. Like, McVay is a genius, but part of that was calibrating the Rams offense to fit the quarterback and the skill set that Jared Goff had. And we're seeing the same with Mitch Trubisky, allowing him to run the ball a little bit more. Using Tariq Cohen a bit more than John Fox was in years past. It's catering your style to the offense you have rather than just showing the creativity that you have. So I feel like if that's really what DeFilippo is trying to do, he's doing himself a disservice. He's going about it the wrong way.
Absolutely. I agree with everything you just said 100%. If DeFilippo wants some advice, he can call me, because I don't know if he watched Kirk Cousins at Michigan State. The last time Kirk Cousins had success and was winning football games was when he had a running back named Le'Veon Bell. He goes to the Redskins, never had a running game really, didn't ever make the playoffs. from what I'm pretty sure, and then goes to Minnesota. He's got great weapons all around him, but you got Dalvin Cook, you got Latavius Murray, you got that great defense. Maybe run the ball, use your weapons on offense, your wide receivers as well, but that defense will only get better if you're keeping them rested. And the best way, DiFilippo, if you want people to recognize you and see your skills, win games, win football games. It doesn't matter how you get it done. You win football games and people will notice you more.
Football is not about a single person. If you do your job, you're going to be noticed.
Yep. So great points on both of you guys. The Vikings will look to get a much-needed win in Week 14 at the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. Let's go to the 49ers at the Seahawks, where the Seahawks crushed the Niners 43-16. Easy win for Seattle. Not much to say about this. Stoyo, what do you think? Good win for Seattle, trying to get a wild card spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, Seattle out of nowhere is competing for the playoffs again. I thought this was the last season for them, but apparently Pete Carroll still has something.
Yeah, Pete Carroll. Killing it. What do you think, Gavin? Impressive that the Seahawks are this good right now. I thought they would be competitive, but 7-5, and they could get a pretty good record by season's end.
Yeah, I mean they have a good chance of not winning their division with because they got the Rams there to deal with, but I think they're a definite contender for one of the wild card spots here in the NFC. This game, it's hard to really judge it because you've got a 49ers offense that has their third quarterback starting. They're missing their two best receivers. They're on their third or fourth running back at this point.
Yeah.
So a pretty depleted 49ers offense. But I think the Seahawks defense has been better than a lot of people expected.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's actually been a decline in the Seahawks offense, which has gone unnoticed over the course of this year. Yes, this is a bad time to bring it up because Russell Wilson just threw for 4 touchdowns, but we've seen a significant decrease in the rushing yards by Russell Wilson over this year, and I think that's been part of why their offense has struggled a little bit. Schottenheimer has foolishly been focused on traditionally running the ball. When you have a great quarterback that can get out of the pocket, extend plays, and then get some yardage with his feet, and you keep handing it off to Chris Carson for some reason. A little foolish as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not getting paid millions of dollars, so maybe I should shut my mouth.
Or maybe they should pay you.
Yeah.
Seattle, hire Gavin.
I'll make the drive.
Yeah.
But to his credit, Russell Wilson, he's thrown 62 touchdown passes since last season, which is the most in the NFL. So maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's their offense doesn't seem as dynamic as it has in years past, so their offense has decreased a little bit, but I think their defense has stepped up more than we had expected. So I think that they're not going to go anywhere. I expect them to lose in the first round, especially since they don't have a home game during the playoffs. But good job by them.
Yeah, and Seahawks, the huge game coming up at home against the Vikings on Monday night. That's going to be a hell of a game to watch. Can't wait for that one. Stoyo, what do you think? Can the Seahawks make a run in the playoffs? They can get in, but do you think they could upset somebody like the?
I mean, they have done that in the past. I remember a certain Seahawks Saints game a few years ago with a certain running back that destroyed.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I remember that being in a certain CenturyLink field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a key part.
Very true. But yeah, I just don't see it happening, especially this season.
Yeah, they might be a year or two away from.
I mean, they're technically rebuilding, so I don't know. I think Pete Carroll's doing a pretty good job with what he has this season.
Seattle
right now, they play the Cowboys, which of all the division winners, I think they're the weakest. So that is probably the best chance out of all the, as of right now, NFC NFC division winners.
I definitely cheer for them.
Yeah, they're always fun to root for. Some sad news for Seattle is ex-corner Brandon Browner sentenced to 8 years in prison for attempted murder case. Sucks to see a guy with that talent go down that route.
The Legion of Boom is over.
Yep. Let's go to Sunday night, where the Chargers go to Heinz Field to play the Steelers, and the Chargers pull off a stunning win, 33-30. Gavin, what did you think here? I thought, book it. I thought, it was going to be a good, fun game to watch, but I was almost certain the Steelers were going to find a way to get a win late.
Yeah, the Steelers playing at home, the Chargers playing anywhere. Feel like they had a pretty good chance of losing a close game, but I feel I'm putting this loss on Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
They refused to adjust coverage when Keenan Allen would go in motion, and he constantly got matchups against linebackers. And I don't know if Tomlin's ever seen Keenan Allen play. He's not a slow guy. And when you're faced up against a guy that weighs 40, 50 pounds more than you, odds are you're going to get some separation. 14 catches on 19 targets for Keenan Allen, 148 yards and a touchdown. And, great Keenan Allen, he's a great wide receiver. But if you looked at why he got these catches, you go back and you see the tape. He gets lined up against guys that are slower than he is. He's gonna get catches. He's gonna get yards. He's gonna convert first downs. And you saw this time after time after time. And the Steelers refused to do anything about that. And so I'm putting this one on Tomlin for not having the wherewithal or being. I can't even imagine it's stubborn because you just have to be an idiot. So he's either an idiot and stubborn, or just an idiot.
Yeah.
And refused to cover Keenan Allen with guys that can keep up with him.
Yeah, I feel like Tomlin's been in that situation a couple times. He's been outcoached before and refused to adjust to the stuff that's happening in-game. What do you think, Stoyo?
If you guys remember last season, when the Patriots faced the Steelers I think it was in Pittsburgh, and it came down to close to the end of the game, and basically Brady went to Gronk on every pass play.
Yeah, like 3 plays in a row.
And the Steelers, again, refused to adjust and pretty much lost the game because that happened. So, yeah, this is not the first time I've seen Mike Tomlin do that, and maybe it's also the DC, but, yeah, it feels like Pittsburgh has a hard time adjusting when they need to.
Yep, and we'll see if they can figure it out. Postseason's coming up quick. They should have some home playoff games, but a tough loss there. Could knock the Steelers out of a first-round bye at the very least. So.
Yeah, and that's only like a half game ahead of the Ravens right now for the lead in the AFC North. Yeah, it's 7-4-1 versus 7-5 for the Ravens. So
man, Ravens are sneaking up.
Yeah, well, three straight wins with Lamar Jackson there starting.
Yeah, good defense to go with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sizzle still doing his thing.
Yeah, T-Sizzle. Let's go to the Monday Night Football. The Redskins at the Eagles. The Eagles take care of division rival Washington 28-13 behind 2 Carson Wentz touchdown passes. Some bad news is Colt McCoy breaks his leg, so the Redskins, what is this, back-to-back weeks with a broken leg quarterback? That's some bad luck right there. Stoyo, what did you think? Good win for the Eagles. The Redskins are just too injury hit.
Yeah, it's hard to win in the league when you don't have your starting QB. And the Eagles have been struggling this season, but they still haven't given up. It's a big win. They really, really needed this one. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to make a push into the postseason, but that division now is pretty open. I mean, there's Dallas there, but you could catch Dallas. So maybe the Eagles can manage to get a wild card. I'm not sure, but I do like that team. They're the defending Super Bowl champs. My boy Alshon Jeffrey is over there. But yeah, we'll go from here and we'll see.
Yeah, Gavin, I was on record a couple weeks ago. You weren't on the podcast, but I said that at 4-5, and the Eagles were going to play the Saints in New Orleans, and I picked them to lose that. So I was like, at 4-6, I'm still picking the Eagles to win the NFC East. So there's a hot take as they improve to 6-6 and have a huge game against the Cowboys next week.
That is by far the biggest game of their season for the Eagles, especially. Looking at both the teams' schedules, the Eagles, of course, play the Cowboys. Then they face the Rams, the Texans, and then the Redskins. So if they can beat the Cowboys, I don't know if you can expect them to beat the Rams in LA.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans is in Philly, so
maybe
the boost there.
Yeah,
but really, that's even if they beat the Cowboys, 2-2 is a reasonable expectation. When you look at the Cowboys' schedule, after playing the Eagles, they play the Colts, and then they have home game against the Cowboys, and then on the road against the Giants. That's a more favorable schedule for the Cowboys, and they're already up a game. So I think the Eagles
no one
really
likes the
need
Cowboys.
to be focused in for this week.
Not even Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys have the easier path, but come on, Philly. Don't let them do it.
Can you really trust the Cowboys, though?
You never know what you're going to get from Dallas week to week, but they have started feeding Zeke, and that's why they're on a winning streak.
Yeah, but it doesn't really take a genius. Oh, let's feed your stud running back.
Speaking of it not taking a genius, Adrian Peterson breaks off a 90-yard touchdown run in this game, which is the longest rush of his career and the longest rushing touchdown in Redskins franchise history. So
that was beautiful to see.
That was awesome, and it was cool to see Peterson, turning back the clock. He goes for 90. You would think, hey, Adrian Peterson just went for 90. Maybe let's feed him. We got Mark Sanchez at quarterback for the rest of this game. But they feed him, 8 more times? And Adrian Peterson, even though rushing on a 90-yard touchdown, finishes with under 100 yards on the game rushing. What do you think on that, Gavin?
I mean, maybe there's a reason they didn't keep feeding him. If he's only averaging 1 yard a carry for the next 8.
Come on. I don't like it.
Oh, it was great seeing him run that far and still having almost 5 yards between him and the next guy.
Yeah.
When he crosses the line, you saw him slowing down. He's like, oh, God, I'm 34. or however old that guy is. It's good to see a guy, that is that talented and has had some issues, over his career, but always good to see the old man run that far.
Oh, he wanted
Absolutely.
it badly. You could tell he did not want to get caught on that rush.
Nice to see Darren Sproles back for this game as he rushes for a touchdown for the Eagles.
Surprisingly, he didn't receive the touchdown. That's usually not his his forte, but
yep,
his Matt forte.
Eagles tight end Zach Ertz has 92 catches on the season, which breaks the Eagles franchise record for pass catches in a season, which was held by Brian Westbrook with 90. So Zach,
their leading receptions are from a running back.
Yeah, they used to feed it. Oh, yeah, that's true. Running back and a tight end. In an organization that had Terrell Owens.
Yeah, seriously. There's no one has 100 catches on the Eagles.
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a speed guy. He's
and
like 65 a year.
Who else have the Eagles had? Chris Carter at one point.
Yeah, but that's before CC.
Yeah, that was Pothead CC.
Freddie Mitchell.
Yeah, there you go. Jason Avant, all the good guys.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is on pace to get 124 catches this year.
Wow, that would break the record for pass receptions for a tight end in NFL history. Jason Witten.
By at least 20 catches.
Yeah, Jason Witten has the record. This is an interesting quote that I heard the other night. I heard Sean Payton on a Peter King podcast. Sean Payton, this was when the Eagles were going in to play the Saints. Sean Payton said, "We want to put the game on Carson Wentz." And he gave a stat. The Eagles are 1-11 under Carson Wentz when they give up 26 plus points. So he's pretty much saying if you get Carson Wentz in a shootout, you can beat him. It's an interesting stat.
I heard that podcast, and yeah, I guess that's what you want to do, but I feel like when you go through random stats, you can always find some weird stats. I think it's more of a game flow situation that going against a former MVP candidate last season.
It's true.
Well, here's something to back that up, though.
Uh-huh.
This season, the Eagles are 6-1 when they rush for over 100 yards in a game, and they're 0-5 when they get fewer than 100 yards. So maybe there's something to that. If they rely on the passing game more than and have a more unbalanced offensive attack, they tend to lose games. So maybe there is something to that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because what about two stats, Stoyo? What if you throw two random stats in it? Then
Well, if they're two, they're not random, right?
Oh, 2 is a pattern.
Yeah. Well, also, I will say that I know much more about game planning
Than Sean Payton. Yeah.
ever will.
Yep.
I have like 3 Super Bowls, so he needs to shut the fuck up and not go after my boy.
First of all,
your Madden team.
Madden Super Bowls don't count.
Hey now.
All right, let's go
Wait, which football are you talking about? 'Cause I hear your accent. You might be talking about a different football.
What song?
Let's go to Week 14 predictions. Thursday night, the 4-8 Jags at the 6-6 Titans. Where are you leaning here, Stoyo?
I am leaning towards a 6-pack of beer,
All right.
and yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen during that game. No comments on the result.
What do you think, Gavin?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards not watching Thursday night for the first time this season.
All right.
It's gonna be pretty bad, but I think the Titans find ways to win bad games more than the Jaguars do this year. So I go Titans.
Yeah, big game for the Titans. They need it. I go Titans as well. Let's go to Sunday where the 6-6 Panthers go to Cleveland to take on the 4-7-1 Browns. Do the Panthers finally get a win here and get back in the hunt, or do the Browns beat Carolina? What do you think, Gavin?
I have the Browns beating the Panthers, and I have Cam Newton, a former first-round pick with controversy surrounding his name before the draft process, losing to another former first-round pick who had some controversy surrounding his name before the draft process, much like this last week, losing to Jameis Winston.
Wow.
A former first-round pick with controversy surrounding his name. So I got the Browns.
Those damn first overall picks. All right, what do you think, Stoyo?
The only 3 in the league right now.
Yeah, really?
With that have that kind of controversy, at least. There's that Jared Goff guy, but he's okay.
Nice. All right, what do you think, Stoyo?
I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I'm gonna go with a QB that's taller than me. So I'm gonna go with them, and they're about to bounce back. If you cannot win at Browns, you're not gonna be able to win for the rest of the season. So good luck, Cam Newton. Come on. Let's win.
We're asking the Browns to get 5 wins on a year? Man.
That is insanity.
Yeah.
4 wins, that's enough wins for the next 4 years in Cleveland.
I am going to say Panthers at Browns. I'm going to say Panthers. And but that's not a very my gut is leaving me on this one, so
Your gut is leaking.
yeah, my gut's leaking on this one. Let's go to Falcons at Packers, where the Packers have always had the Falcons number, so I'm going Packers here. 4-8 Falcons at the 4-7-1 Packers. What say you, Stoyo?
I say the Packers are gonna crumble. This is a full shit show. The Fudge Packers are gonna drop this one 12-29.
Wow, you got the Falcons offense wakes up.
Yep.
What do you say, Gavin?
I've got the Pankers, as you called them, whooping on the Falcons. I have this being pretty much flipped what Stoyo said, but probably another touchdown to the Packers score. Aaron Rodgers is going to want to come out and show the world that it is Mike McCarthy's fault, that he is still in the running to be the GOAT, and they are going to destroy the Matt Ryan, hey guys, I like to struggle outdoors riot. As
Amanda would call him, Matt Ryan, the rickety quarterback. I remember she said that week 1. I thought it was so funny. All right, 7-5 Ravens at the 10-2 Chiefs. What say you, Stoyo?
Chiefs all the way.
Chiefs. All right.
The Chefs are going to take this one down.
Lamar Jackson is 3-0 as the starting quarterback. Lamar Jackson's about to be 4-0 as the starting quarterback. I got the Ravens winning in Arrowhead. What say you, Gavin?
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
All right.
Man, I think this is gonna be such a good game. I
do
cannot
too.
Game
wait.
of the week?
No.
I was looking and I thought maybe it'd be game of the week, but
Game of the week is a little later that night.
yeah, I figured that you would think it was the Sunday night game, but
No, but that's going to be a blowout. We're going to destroy them. So obviously...
okay. Well, I mean, I think this has some real game of the week potential because I really, in all seriousness, I think the other game, the Bears and the Rams, those divisions are already decided. Where this is a potential division winner, the Ravens, and potential first overall seed in the AFC, the Chiefs. So I think this game has more importance on the playoff picture than the Sunday night game does. So I'm going to call this game of the week, and I have the Chiefs keeping their first round bye and the road to the Super Bowl through Arrowhead alive.
Yeah,
And
I agree. I mean, say the Chiefs lose this, the Chargers are right on their tail. So both.
then they're tied with the Patriots record-wise, and the Patriots have the tiebreaker. So
Yeah.
this is a huge game for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Andy Reid's gonna be preaching all week like this is a must-win for us. Let's go to Patriots, 9-3 Patriots at the 6-6 Dolphins. Gavin, where are you going here?
I'm going with the obvious choice.
The December guys?
Yeah, although the last time they met in this same situation, December Patriots playing on the road against the Dolphins, they lost 20-27.
Weird things happen when Jay Cutler's under center.
Yeah, we're back to Ryan Tannehill.
That is
though.
so true.
I got the Patriots in this one.
All right, let's see you, Style.
The Patriots tend to struggle in Miami,
All right.
but with that being said, I still have the Patriots.
Yeah. It would be cool if the Dolphins win this, but no
It'd
way.
be really nice.
No way can I pick it. Patriots win this one in Miami, especially with no Xavier Howard. That really hurts. 6-6 Colts at the 9-3 Texans. If Indy is going to get into the playoffs, this is a must-win. Texans riding a 9-game winning streak. Easy pick for me. Houston keeps it alive. What say you, Stoyo?
Gonna have to go with the Texans.
All right.
They have the best wide receiver in the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
On my side.
D-Hop.
I just converted last week.
Welcome.
Gavin, if you're on the D-Hop train, I mean, I can't disagree with that. I like D-Hop a lot. He might be the only wide receiver out there better than Jarvis Landry.
Oh my god.
Who do you got here, Gavin? Who is it again? Colts at Texans.
I've got the Texans in this one. I think the loss to the Jaguars this last week is going to be pretty disheartening for the Colts. They're on the road again. Texans, 10 wins in a row.
Yeah, 10 wins in a row. And I'm going to say Texans by 3 in a dogfight. I think Indy's going to give it one last shot to really try and win this game, but not quite enough. Clutch Deshaun.
It's Colts. It should be
Watson.
a horse fight, not a dog fight.
Yeah, horses and Texans.
Yeah.
It's a horse fight. I think. How many weeks has it been since Andrew Luck's been sacked?
He was sacked this week.
Was he sacked this week?
He was
there
sacked.
a stretch there.
He wasn't for the longest time, but he was sacked 3 times this week.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, he had a real good stretch there where he wasn't sacked. So that
That's what happens.
We'll see if they can get back on that track, or whether J.J. Watt has something to say about that.
Yeah,
when you
for sure.
draft Quentin Nelson,
Shit
that's what
happens.
happens.
Let's go to 6-6 Eagles at the 7-5 Cowboys. Another game of the week potential. I'll be watching this one for sure. I'll be watching it closely. Go Philly. Eagles. Go to Jerry World and get a win. What say you, Gavin?
I got the Cowboys in this one.
All right.
Which seems crazy because I got written off the Cowboys weeks ago, but if you look back at the season, they played better at home. Eagles are struggling this year. I think those linebackers going to be able to keep their running backs for the Eagles in check, which, as we just talked about,
is big.
The Eagles' loss.
Yep.
And I believe the Eagles are missing multiple cornerbacks, so I think that Amari Cooper is going to have another good game. Zeke's going to, be Zeke and do Zeke things. So I got the Cowboys in this one.
I feel like the Cowboys get on a winning streak and then they're going to forget to feed Zeke and somehow mess it up. We'll see if that happens. What do you say, Stoyo?
I'm going to have to go with the Eagles.
All right.
Just because it would make it fun if everyone is 7-6 in that division. And this is December football. How much are you going to trust the Cowboys? And as long as Jason Garrett is their coach, I'm not going to be a huge fan of them. So go Eagles. You have the better QB. You have the better coach. You just don't have the better stadium, I guess.
All right, let's go to Sunday night, the real game of the week. The 11-1 Rams at the 8-4 Bears. Cannot wait. I'm gonna be smashing beers for this game. Gavin, you're the unbiased take here. What say you?
Oh, man, you think I'm unbiased? You think I don't hate all things Chicago?
You're more unbiased than we are because we love all things Chicago.
I was like the only person in America that was cheering for the Indians a couple of years ago because everyone wanted the Cubs to win.
You and LeBron James.
Of course.
Another L for LeBron. All right.
I've got the Rams in this one.
Okay.
I do think the addition of Aqib Talib back in the lineup is going to make things really difficult for the Bears offense to get things moving. I think Trubisky's going to have a little bit of rust to shake off.
Yeah.
But I think that just overall the Rams offense is going to be a little bit too strong for that Bears defense. I don't see this being a 35-point game for the Rams, but I do see them winning this game by 4 points.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that Trubisky rust a little bit. Aqib Talib back makes things a little bit more difficult. I really hope that we establish a run because that could really benefit us in this game, and then Mac's got to bring it. What say you, Stoyo?
Fuck. What do I say for this game? Yeah, this is a big test. I just don't see how we're going to win this game after losing to the Giants. Fuck! I want the Bears to win this game so badly. I just don't see it yet. I don't think we're just quite there yet. We have a few more things we need to improve on. I think Trubisky is a little bit too young and too unpolished for this. It really sucks that he missed the last 3 games because if he didn't, I think this would have been a different game. But him just coming off not playing cannot be a good thing. And I would almost be willing to sit him for this game.
Oh, hell no.
Alright. I said my piece.
Rams at Bears. Big statement, opportunity. Like, if we lose this game, which a lot of people expect us to, then I'm not going to be freaking out. The sky won't be falling. It's a good opportunity for us to test ourselves against one of the best teams in football, against a nasty defense in their own right, and against a ridiculous offense and a hell of a head coach. So I cannot wait. I agree that Trubisky may be a little rusty. The Rams defense is going to be ready to play. I hope Matt gets gets pressure and creates some chaos. What if I were to tell you that the Bears hold the Rams to under 20 points?
I would be shocked, personally.
Well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say the Bears win 26-20. Go Bears, bear down, opportunity. Let's go Chicago. All right. And then hopefully Trubisky looks decent. He's close to 100%. Let's go to Monday night with a 6-5-1 Vikings at the 7-5 Seahawks. Another game of the week potential. Where are you going here, Gavin? In Seattle, tough game.
Yeah, I got Seattle winning this one. I think that the Vikings, they got some turmoil there on offense. Seattle defense has been playing well. Do we know if if Rhodes is going to be in for this game.
I expect him to. I can't say for sure.
Okay.
He didn't text me back yet, so I'm not sure.
He'll probably go on to Baldwin, but Russell Wilson's been doing a really good job of spreading the ball around. So I don't know that him being there is going to be an X factor like he is in some other games. So I got the Seahawks this one, but I think if this were in Minnesota, I'd have the Vikings.
I would say, the Vikings are my Super Bowl winning preseason pick, so I would say I would be worried about them, but they're in our division, so fuck the Vikings. So the Seahawks at home, and the Vikings seem to be trending down. They're losing important games here. They didn't beat the Bears. They didn't win last week. So Seahawks, keep it up, and the Seahawks beat the Vikings on Monday night. What say you, Gavin? Or his friend, Stoyo?
I am Gavin's friend. But yeah, please, Seattle, you're my team from the West Coast. Can you do me this one favor and just stomp the Vikings?
Just bury them.
Please, just bury them. Who cares, cousin? My ass. You're at home. You have the best home field advantage that you kind of cheated to get, but whatever. Just please win. I want to win the North. It's been too long.
And,
Don't sound desperate or anything.
At least we won the North.
I'm just happy that we can wash our hands of the Trestman era. There's hope. Once Trestman's out of town, there's hope. Once Fox is out of town.
I was going to say, you're not going to talk about the John Fox era?
Yeah, but...
That's forgettable.
I feel like Fox... I don't know. They were all bad.
Fox just wanted to get paid one last time before retirement, so,
Yeah. So, we'll see what happens, but should be a hell of a week. Thanks, guys, for coming back on.
We're going to skip the true game of the week.
Which one's that?
Obviously, the 4-8 Lions at the 3-9 Cardinals.
Oh, there we go.
Are you even going to watch that game? Be honest.
No, it's not going to be on here.
You can stream it. Stream that greatness.
No,
even the internet won't allow such nasty shit.
No, I guarantee you the Lions will lose this game.
Oh, that's a bad loss to the Cardinals.
Well, it is, but I can't remember the last time we won in Arizona. We as a better Lions team have played inferior Cardinals teams in Arizona, and we lose.
Yeah,
and it all started with Anquan Bolden's very first game, where he went for 210 yards against us, and it was just all downhill from there. Just lose. We don't like that desert heat or something.
I think you guys love it, and you party out there, and then you show up wasted for the game.
Dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
Not enough water intake.
Yeah.
Green Bay's got some issues with Arizona, too.
Did we. We almost lost.
Yeah, those playoff losses. Green Bay's lost a couple playoff games out there. So, all right, well, another successful week down. Tune in next week, guys. Thanks for coming on, Stoyo and Gavin. We had the crew back this week.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, and we'll be bringing more podcasts as the games get better and better heading into the playoffs. So, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. And thanks, and peace out.